So I've got a assessment that I need to launch. This is MBA full-time program, Amazon University Talent Acquisition. Let's go ahead. The purpose of this video is not for you to check or look at my answers. The whole idea is the questions you answer what you need to answer. I might be wrong in most of them, I have no idea, but yeah, the whole reasoning behind this is just so that you have some access and like practice or understanding of what questions come up. Let's go. So rating is you just select the rate, like out of 5, how likely, or like stuff like that. Ranking, you'll have to rearrange the responses and 3 response questions. Oh, there's a recorded version as well. Ooh, this is new. Excuse me. Okay. Allow this now. This what limit stand up to practice question, free response question, select record practice about to face the select record stop. Select play to listen to your audio if you want to get more comfortable with the recording. Feel free to practice up to 2 or more times. Practice recording is an issue detected. Once you back additions. This is a practice recording to check my microphone and sound. Are you kidding me? Oh. Hello. This is a practice recording to check my microphone and sound. This is a practice recording to check my microphone and sound. Excuse me. Let's go. Thank you for your help in global implementation. Thank you for your help in deploying the automated customer management engagement ACME for the customers in North America. It's having the intended process improvement. Since launch, there's been 5% reduction in errors and 7% decrease in costs associated with errors. We've also had fewer work slowdowns caused by errors. What the hell? Senior leaders are pleased with results and would like you to help guide implementation in the other regions. Here's some information. You represent North American work with the regional leads below to determine how and when to implement project ACME in each region. Since we are entering your busy quarter, I've assigned Tiffany Reed, Senior Program Manager, to assist with the implementation. Oh my god, look at this. The two of you will co-lead the global implementation project team. In the regional lead table below, I've also included process errors from last year, annual errors, and estimated costs associated with the time and effort needed to correct the errors. Okay, so this, I guess, is something I want to save. Please keep me informed of your progress and any obstacles that come up. Let me know if you have any questions. Lean Manager, Operational Excellence. Okay, task instructions. Okay, so 5% reduction in errors, 7% decrease in costs associated with errors. Rank the regions in the table below from the highest to lowest costs. Error remediation cost minus ERC. What the hell? 1 second. And estimated costs associated with time and effort. This must be time bound, right? Or is it not time bound? Maybe not time bound. This is going to take me a little while. Also, you will process errors from last year, annual errors, and the estimated costs associated with the time and effort needed to correct the errors. So annual errors, ERC. So highest costs. Annual errors is ERC. This is ERC. It's not like a plus minus. Okay. I was confusing myself out. I thought this was some sort of calculation. I didn't realize it's just ERC. So stupid. Okay. So highest cost to lowest cost. So 127 is Europe's highest. Then 52 Asia, 42 India, Central and South. There you go. I think this is it. Submit. What was happening now? This is task complete. We're done. New task. RNH asked me to get in touch and find out more about the project. I'm concerned that our processes in APAC are too different from those in North America, and we're already busy with a different priority project 2. It will be challenging to identify a resource from Project ACME. Looking forward to learning more. Rate the effectiveness of the following actions to help progress the global launch. Wait for the remaining regions to contact you. Not really. Why would you wait for that? Okay, so more about project. I'm concerned that processes. This is a different priority. Not effective. Start a project plan to document to organize global launch. Yeah. Tell your manager about project 2 and ask for guidance. Yeah. Not really, what the fuck. Nothing. Project 2's got nothing to do with me. Maybe just learnings from project 2's management and implementation would help me. Ask Asa for additional information on project 2, or this guy is Asa. Why do we need? We already different. Which are resources for project ACME? There's no point, like project 2 doesn't really affect me, so not effective. Just gonna go with what I feel. Others might feel a different version of things. RNH asked me to get in touch and find out more about Project ACME. I'm concerned that our processes in APAC are too different from those in North America, and we already what this is the one I've done. I was like, there's something. I mean, I'm the regional lead in in Central and South America, and I'm contacting you about Project ACME. We recently streamlined some tech systems in the system, which should make Project ACME implementation fairly straightforward. A couple of questions. How does Project ACME help us improve the customer experience? What is the timeline for implementation? Most of our resources have already been assigned to Project 2. So now Project 2 has kind of gained some momentum and importance. Now it's indirectly affecting our project and us. So you need additional information, blah 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 blah. What are the details of the current process that Project ACME would replace in each region? What are the details of the current process that, what success metrics should be tracked for Project ACME global implementation? And we will start on group. What information is available about the customer needs? How did the largest errors in each region impact customers last year? You need additional information to help clarify next steps for the project as a whole. Rank them, not also getting answers to the following questions from most to least important. Customer needs. How did last impact customers last year? What success metrics should be tracked? Yeah, I think first you need to find out why, how, and what, when. I think that's a decent sequence. Hey, these guys keep sending me emails, bro. Oh, Fiorella. Each month our department has a monthly metric review MMR meeting with senior leadership to review current progress against our performance goals and expectations targets. To prepare for the next MMR meeting, please review available information on the adoption rates, the percentage of employees who are using the tool for our new project management tool. We need to make sure that we have accurate understanding of the adoption rate data. Contact other members of the department if you need more information, so you can highlight what went well last month, identify any risks to the meeting of our adoption goals, Recommend follow-up actions to increase the adoption rate to meet the target rate for next month. Our department had 74% adoption rate for the previous month. Refer to as the trailing 1 month. The department target adoption rate is 80. Team leaders within the department may have different expected adoption rates based on their team's job responsibilities. I'll ask Andrew Williams, one of the senior program managers, to share the team level metrics with you. Okay. So now Andre's already replied. Highlight what went well. Identify any risks to meeting our adoption goals. Recommend follow-up actions. What went well? Identify risks. Good. Risk. Follow-up. Fucker. Fiorella Rossi asked me to send you the project management tool adoption rates for each team in department. Summary data for year to date. The last 3 months this is, and trailing 1 month are reported for each team. The team level goal is to meet the adoption rate, which is within plus minus 5% point of the target rate. The adoption rate exceeds the goal if it is more than 5% points above the team's target. It is below the goal if it is more than 5%. Based on things that were most important findings to highlight in this month's MOR. Team 1's adoption rate exceeded the department's goal last month. Goal is 80. Team 1 last month. More than 5? Yes. Highlight goods. Highlight what is good, right? Why the flap was their target 90? Their target? Right. So no, it's exceeded the department's goal. That's correct. Exceeded the team's target goal by 5%? No. Okay. Team 3's adoption rate was below the team's goal for the last 3 months. So we have to mention good, risks, and follow-ups. Risks are guessing. I'm guessing bad, whatever is bad. Just a lingo to say, like avoid saying bad or whatever. Okay. Team 3's adoption rate was below the team's goal for the last 3 months. Team 3 targets 85. This is 67. This is well more than 5%. No one needs to calculate this. So this is a risk, of course, highly important. Mention it. Team 5's year to date adoption rate is within 5% points of the department's goal. This is not important. First of all, this is not even correct, is it? Is it factually correct? Team 5's year-to-date adoption rate is within 5%. Also, it needs to be 80 plus minus 5% of 80 or 5%. Fuck. Yeah, I'm guessing it's plus minus 5%. So this is not important because it's within. It's nothing special. The team level target adoption rates range from 70 to 90. Team level target 70 is the lowest, 90 is the highest. This is not important. Some of the adoption metric data is missing for team 5. Highly important. So we wanted to answer 3 things, right? The 3 things being, I don't know if I want to go there. That's a new task. The three things were basically good, risks, and follow-ups. So the last question was follow-up, this one, that we need this data. So we sorted. Damn boy. Oh, so it's just gonna keep coming in. Oh my god, check this out. RN let me know you're overseeing the global role of Project ACME. Unfortunately, we've identified an issue in Project ACME in North America. We should pause the global rollout until we work out what's going on. Please let me know if you have any questions. Tell me what the error is, what the issue is. Rate the effectiveness of getting answers to the following questions in order to determine your next steps. When was the issue identified? Okay. I don't like this question. Not effective. Rate the what is the likelihood that the problem can be fixed prior to global launch? This or this for me. Maybe I'm a bit too extreme and that's why I've chosen this. Although this would be fine as well. I mean, like, it needs to be fixed before the global launch is what I would say. Who has been notified of this issue? Oh, I don't care. Will all regions use the same version of the ACME in North America? This is an important question. God damn it, bro. Is this what working in Amazon is like? We're expected to identify any potential risks or issues with the metrics before the MMR meeting and share insights on what caused the issues so they can be fixed. I'll set up a meeting with you and the team leads to give you an opportunity to ask questions based on the data you have received so far. What questions do you have to better understand why some of the adoption rates are below target and how we can raise departments' adoption rates to meet our goals? I didn't even understand anything. It says on what caused the issues so that can be fixed. I'll set up a meeting based on data. What questions do you have? Adoption rates are below target and can raise department. What would be the most useful question to ask in your reply email? Okay, why is it important to track adoption rates for the project management tool? What? Why is it important? They told you it's important. Let's go ahead with it. To better understand the percentages, how many people are on each team. This is useful because just 1% thingy out of 5 is 25%, 20%, or whatever. I've got it right in my head. What led to an increase in adoption. Okay, over time for team 3. Yeah, that's useful. Why was team 3's adoption rate low for the previous 3 months? I don't know, but yeah, why was it low? What caused team 4's adoption rate to drop last month? Yeah, getting answers is like key. I can join the team meeting today about the adoption rates for the project management tool, but I can give you an update for team 5. I can give you an update for team 5. Last month we added new automated reporting feature to the tool. When testing, we couldn't assess the adoption data for MMR. I contacted customer support to fix it. We added a new automated reporting feature to the tool. They identified the error was preventing access, but it made us question that the data that the dashboard uses to report for MMR. I didn't feel comfortable reporting adoption results for the last 3 months and the MMR because it could be inaccurate. Do you have any additional questions about team 5 using data to help prepare for the MMR? I would personally ask based on the older version of things. Give me an answer. Give me some data. Oh crap, can I go back? I can, I guess. What was discussed and ask any questions you have. Respond as if you were speaking directly to Mindy. Ooh, spooky. Let's check this out. Crap, do you have audio? I'll have to add audio. Audio input. There is this thing called desktop audio over here. I am assuming it might just work. Let's see.
Thanks for accepting my last-minute meeting invite. My goal for this meeting is to provide a quick overview of the Learning Management System Initiative, Project LMS. I'll also make sure to leave time for you to verify your understanding of the project and to ask questions so you're prepared for the upcoming work. Leadership has decided to implement a learning management system so we can easily administer, track and report on our training programs. I'm leading this project and your manager suggests that you would be a good person to partner with. We first need to determine if we should build our own internal system or purchase a license to use an existing system from an outside vendor. In other words, we're trying to decide between build versus buy. We'd like you to facilitate the upcoming meetings to gather information on our options. I can go into more detail about the upcoming meetings if you would like. I covered a lot of information, so I want to make sure you understand what needs to be done. Let me know if there are any parts you want to review again, or if you have questions.
Okay, let's play it one more time.
Thanks for accepting my last-minute meeting invite. My goal for this meeting is to provide a quick overview of the Learning Management System Initiative, Project LMS. I'll also make sure to leave time for you to verify your understanding of the project and to ask questions so you're prepared for the upcoming work. Leadership has decided to implement a learning management system so we can easily administer, track and report on our training programs. I'm leading this project and your manager suggests that you would be a good person to partner with. We first need to determine if we should build our own internal system or purchase a license to use an existing system from an outside vendor. In other words, we're trying to decide between build versus buy. We'd like you to facilitate the upcoming meetings to gather information on our options. I can go into more detail about the upcoming meetings if you would like. I covered a lot of information, so I want to make sure you understand what needs to be done. Let me know if there are any parts you want to review again, or if you have questions.
Okay. Provide a summary of what was discussed and ask questions you have. What the crap was discussed? Is it this? I'm gonna go back because I'm not sure if I can go back or not, but I'm still gonna. Now this is the team file. Thanks for meeting with me. This is basically cheating, but okay. So not really sure what I'm supposed to do here, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I want to be done with this. So we're trying to administer, track and report training. Okay. So in order to administer, track and report the training through LMS, I would like to understand what are the metrics that are of utmost importance for us. This would help us steer clear or towards internal or getting a built system. So internally build the system or source it from outside. Also, in regards with the training programs, that would be the system being built inside or being sourced from outside. We would like to understand the costing side, both sides. So costings for both sides, the required training that would be needed in regards with processing and implementing both sides of systems, and of course the usage scenarios. Other than that, what we discussed was the implementation schedule, when would this be in effect, the basic guidelines for the project, and which individuals are involved in the project, including the stakeholders. Please let me know if there's any other questions or answers that you would want from my side or have from my side. Thank you. Do we want to go ahead? Do we want to get rid of Hi. Because the thing is, like, yeah, submit. Next. I've been asked to help gather information on options for learning management system. We will present the options to leadership, who will make the final decision. Leader. Yeah. Its senior leadership has committed to implementing a learning management system. We will be partnering. We will be implementing a learning management system. We will be partnering to implement the selected system. We will be partnering. Yeah, so. Yeah. And handle leadership is considering implementing a learning management system. We will work with you to gather information to help. I'd go back and check. Thank you for the additional information. I understand the leadership has decided to implement a learning management system. I'll be responsible for gathering information to help leadership building our own system or implementing an existing system from an outside vendor. So we'll be partnering, she'll be heading, right? I'm just facilitating the meeting, so no. Oh, I should have said no. Oh my gosh. You kinda done. Okay. Hello, because of the error that Team 5 uncovered, I directly pulled the feature usage data for all teams. The table shows, on average, how often teams in the department T15 used each product feature last month. Unfortunately, I won't have time to pull the data directly for next month's MMR. Next month's MMR, okay. Did not use weekly or biweekly, so did not partially daily. What are the biggest risks to the meeting department adoption? We'll consider all the information you've received so far. Biggest risk? Partially, no, partially. This is team, fuck. So this way, oh my god. I don't want more emails. Okay, project planning. T1. T1 is kind of doing it. Automated reporting, they're not doing it. T2 is not planning, they're not collaborating. So as yet this is the worst. Now this is better than this, I would say. Half split there, I like that more. This is T4. This is now the worst. And T5 is 2 halves and a 4, 3 halves and a 4. I would ignore this, I think, because this is getting done soon. I'm like, they're the ones who cracked something, some bug with the reporting. The department level adaptation goals does not account for team level differences in frequency of tool usage. What? Usage. Yeah, I'm guessing this is the tool usage. Basically, they're using it for this. Yeah, okay, whatever. Not even sure. Team 4 has low adaptation rate and is using the tool infrequently. Team 4, yes. Each team had at least one tool feature that they did not use last month. No. So we're not using all the features. The department level adoption rate might be within target once we have Team 5's adoption rate data. Yeah, more than half the teams in the department failed to meet their adoption rate targets for the T1 and period. How is this even mentioned there? I don't know. I should. 80, 80, 80. So no. Excuse me. Please don't send me more emails. Please finish. This is a lot longer video than I expected it to be. Oh my god, no. Sales representative video learning. I'll take it. It's my eyesight test. Printer. Mr. Printer. Let's go.
I am so pleased you've invited We Do Learning to discuss our learning management system. I'll do a quick review of our services and packages. After that, I'll turn it over to you to ask questions and review what you've heard. Our system is client-focused to make implementations fast and easy with standardized key elements. However, some clients want to make changes so certain elements are customizable. We provide training and the documentation needed to use our system, plus we have 24/7 technical support. With our standard package, you wouldn't be able to make changes, but you could implement quickly. For this package, your data would be in our main database, so all our clients could access your data. Our premium package provides enhanced security measures, including placing your content and your data in a separate location. You would also have flexibility in what you can customize. I'm happy to go through the customization options in more detail if that would be helpful. Because the premium package involves customization, it will take longer to implement and cost more. In terms of implementation timing, the standard package is ready to go. The premium package will take longer, but we can start working with you anytime. I know you have an internal stakeholder meeting coming up. Let me know what you plan to cover about our offerings, or if you have any questions.
I missed one point, but let's go. What the fuck do we want from this? Now, summarize what we do. Summarize what we do learning has to offer. Please just sort out yourself, bro. Okay, summarize what we do learning has to offer and ask questions you have. Respond as you were speaking to Tani. Okay, so let's play it one more time, okay?
I am so pleased you've invited We Do Learning to discuss our learning management system. I'll do a quick review of our services and packages. After that, I'll turn it over to you to ask questions and review what you've heard. Our system is client-focused to make implementations fast and easy with standardized key elements. However, some clients want to make changes so certain elements are customizable. We provide training and the documentation needed to use our system, plus we have 24/7 technical support. With our standard package, you wouldn't be able to make changes, but you could implement quickly. For this package, your data would be in our main database, so all our clients could access your data. Our premium package provides enhanced security measures, including placing your content and your data in a separate location. You would also have flexibility in what you can customize. I'm happy to go through the customization options in more detail if that would be helpful. Because the premium package involves customization, it will take longer to implement and cost more. In terms of implementation timing, the standard package is ready to go. The premium package will take longer, but we can start working with you anytime. I know you have an internal stakeholder meeting coming up. Let me know what you plan to cover about our offerings, or if you have any questions.
we do learning. We do learning modules. What is it? Package. I can't read my word. Yeah. Range. Quick range. I'm guessing. I don't even know what I've written down. The first two words are just run down. I'm guessing. So I was provided a quick rundown by Tani Jones of the packages and the services included by We-Do Learning. So the service packages are basically, there's two packages, standard package and the ready to go, which is basically ready to go, and then there's a premium package which has some bespoke features, higher security, but would take longer to implement, and of course is a bit costlier than the standard package. Both the softwares are very client focused. There's standardized key elements available on both packages. In the bespoke package, there will be added benefits of secure data in a different location, so no other clients can access the data. As mentioned previously, it will take longer to implement this and would be a bit of a there would be an added cost for the same. There would be training and documentation both included for both the packages. There is 24/7 tech support included in the premium package, and for the standard package, whereas the data for the standard package, the data is saved in a central database system, whereas the premium package, the data will be secured in a different location. Tani would like to follow up after the stakeholder meeting and understand where we are heading towards, which side we are heading towards. I would personally like to understand a bit more about the differences and the bespoke options that are available in the premium packages, and what would the differences in cost likely be. Yeah, I would have also said the next line was possibly my last line, like how much longer would it take to implement, but I don't even know. This is Amazon interviews for me are just like really hard. I don't understand ins and outs. That's why I wanted to share this with you. My camera is messed up. Every time I forget about it, it just freezes. What did We-Do Learning have to say about their learning management system? Simple. Learning management system. How did the meeting go? You need to provide response back to Mindy. Rate how effectively each response would summarize the key information discussed. It went well. The vendors tried to balance standardization and customization so we could move fast but still control what is delivered to our employees. However, how they handle content and data would be an issue. Okay, the representative was convincing. It sounds like they have what we need and we could move fast on implementation. We would need more details on cost of the packages they have to offer. Yeah, the meeting was definitely an initial sales pitch. They emphasized being client focused and making sure clients get what they need. We would need to have additional meetings to fully understand their products and services. Yeah. Meeting went well. They have two packages. One of the packages, we could customize at least some of the features to meet our needs. Data privacy and content control could be an issue, but they seem to have a potential solution. This is like, no, I don't like this answer. Vinaya Singh, let's go. I'm transitioning from regional lead to a different role, so I will not be your point of contact for the project ACME rollout in India. My manager Neda Makar is not yet sure who will take my place as a regional lead. I'd keep it to yourself, brah. Ask Neda for an introduction to the new regional lead. Yeah, organizing the meet, like project, heading the project, so yeah, should know. Forward this email to Oren for awareness. No. Request that Neda and Oren meet. What? No. Ask Vinay for a document. Yeah, if I could go back, second question, I'd probably choose this option, that's all. Ask Vinay for a document summarizing the relevant systems and processes in India. Yeah, ask him. I don't care, you give me all the fucking data you want. I'll sit down and read. Sorry. Give me 1 sec. Pause. Break. Sorry, I got a call and it was too long a video as well. I don't know if that would have worked in one part. It's already too long. But let's go ahead now. Okay. This is done. Okay, whatever. What was it? Okay. I'm so lost. Oh my god, these guys are gonna talk too much. Okay, monthly metrics review, team leader discussion. Adjust team level adoption targets based on each team's expected use of the tool. I say yes. I don't even need to listen to this.
Thanks for meeting to discuss how we can increase our department's adoption rate to meet the 80% target for the project management tool. As a reminder, to achieve adoption, a person must use at least one feature of the tool in a given month. I don't think it makes sense to track adoption as a department-level goal. Team 4 lost interest in using the tool after half of the people on my team realized they don't need the features to complete their daily tasks. Those who do use it tend to track their own tasks, but they get confused when multiple people on the team assign tasks or provide project updates within the tool.
I encouraged Team 2 to try the collaboration feature a couple of months ago, but we couldn't figure it out. Unlike other features, the collaboration interface is not intuitive.
I required Team 3 to start using the tool, but I don't see the need to use all the features when it doesn't factor into the adoption rate calculation. I do wish there was a way to integrate this tool with other apps or systems.
We actually think the tool is useful for Team 1. I agree there aren't clear instructions on the features in the tool itself, but we asked the product owner to explain them to us. Some features may take a couple of months to see the benefits because we don't need them on a daily or weekly basis. I heard Team 5 had data issues after trying the new automated reporting feature. So, I'll wait to see if it's worth learning until after they fix it. What do you recommend we do to increase the department's adoption rate?
I'd say training is required first of all on how this benefits. Then some features and benefits need to be laid down. And of course, department expectations. Adjusting the adoption based on Yeah, this was. Wait until you can recomplete the department's adoption rate after the Team 5 data are available to see if there is an issue. Not effective. Stop including Team 4 in the adoption rate calculation because they do not need to use the tool. Don't need all the features always. Not effective. That guy was like one feature, 1 month, 1 tool, confused and bored. As the team needs what they recommend given their experience using the tool. Yeah, like I said, training and benefit thingy. I should have done this, but it's okay. I just need this to finish now. I'm kind of tired, bored. By the time I'm like close to this finishing, there's going to be more mails. Quick update: we're able to successfully troubleshoot and fix the Project ACME issue in North America. You shouldn't have an issue moving forward with the global launch of the existing English version. If you're planning on translating the process documentation and any tools, please keep a close eye on problems with translation. We've seen major issues with other projects that were only caught after launching. Project 2 over. Highest to lowest risk. Error with translation to other languages. Lack of a regional lead in India. Duplication of error in North America to other regions. Resource constraints in some regions. Yeah, I think this sequence is decent. Yeah, or maybe this. Submit. I don't wanna. Why is there so much left? How long did they say it's gonna take an hour? Is it like just taking me 10 times longer? What kind of an assessment is this? Let's go. Oh, is this the one I've done? Shit, are you kidding me? Why are you serious? Oh, okay.
Thanks everyone for meeting today. We will do our best to vary the time of our calls so they aren't always inconvenient for the same regions. The goal for today's call is to surface any concerns with the ACME process implementation that the program team can resolve. As a global team, we must decide how to best implement the process. Let's get started with APAC. You raised some issues in your email.
Project 2 is a top focus for our teams in APAC. I don't know if we can adopt a new ACME process as well. I'm not sure if the benefit of the ACME process justifies the additional resources required for implementation.
For EMEA, our first concern is that prototypes do not currently account for non-English administration of the new ACME process. Additionally, you seem to measure ACME success by how much it lowers cost, but EMEA prioritizes speed over cost.
From CSAM, ACME would not be such a big change, but we are very short on technical resources. The project plan must account for the shortage.
For EMEA, this is a big change. We should delay any new design change request process conversations until Project 2 is complete. Project 2 solves immediate customer needs and already has resources assigned.
Delaying the global implementation is not an option, but I know the program team has planned for translations and will have a non-English prototype available soon. I'll work on a project plan with our North America regional lead that will account for the competing priorities with additional resources or a longer timeline to review together in our next meeting.
Kind of done, so I'm not going to listen to what CSAM mentioned because I'm done. Meet with the program team to clarify what is meant by non-English prototype. Compare the resources and timeline needed for the completion of Project 2 and Project ACME implementation. Most modern to least. Establish the resources and the time required to fix a typical error that Project ACME would avoid. Inform of the stakeholder objections and implementation obstacles. Provide the Project ACME timeline and resource requirements to each regional lead and ask about specific concerns. Okay. Timeline, meet with the program. Where are the resources? Yo, what up? Okay. I don't know. I really enjoyed the conversation. I'm checking to see if you have any questions or additional information from us. Should I set another meeting so we can start the contract? Here's a quick overview of the package. Standard package, cost conscious option, ready for implementation. Premium package, top tier option, balances standardization and customization. Thanks, Thani Jones. How would you respond to Thani? Rate how effective each response would summarize the key information discussed for an outside vendor. Oh my gosh. Enjoy learning. How do you respond to Thani? Rate how effective. I enjoy learning about your company. I'm glad you discussed data privacy and content control since both are important to us. It is also great to know that customization is possible and you can start work quickly. We're still reviewing options internally and we'll get back to you. Still reviewing. No need to set up another meeting. I haven't recently on data changes. I will follow up and need additional. We'll follow up anyway. I enjoyed meeting with you. Let our internal project lead know what we discussed and highlighted how you balance your customers. Once we make a final decision, I'll contact you. It's okay, but we want more details anyways. Thank you for being to meet with us. I enjoyed learning about the company and how the system works. Based on a meeting, I feel like mutual learning is an option. I'll definitely keep in touch. This is done. Meali Nguyen. I know this from Bojack Horseman. Very proud of that.
Thanks for setting up this meeting to discuss Project LMS. I will start going through our build options, which won't take too long. I definitely want to leave time for you to go through what we can provide internally and to ask questions to make sure you have everything you need from me. I understand data privacy and content control are important. Everything we build complies with our data privacy and content control guidelines. Once built, we will do an internal review to ensure the system meets these guidelines. Once implemented, only a select group would have access to the data. The biggest advantage of building our own system is we can build it to meet our exact needs. We will identify these needs through requirements gathering, which I can explain in more detail if you would like. We can build the system to be as complex as we want. A simple system would likely take a couple of months to build. A more complex system would take 4 to 6 months or more. If you would like me to explain what makes things more or less complex, I can. Overall, we can take on this project, but it won't be a quick implementation. I want to get a sense of whether our options align with Project LMS requirements, and also answer any questions you might have.
Summarize what the internal team can offer and ask any questions you have. Respond as if you were speaking directly to Melly. I don't understand that. Mayali said this shit. Why am I summarizing what the internal team can offer? Back to him. Hi Mayali. So just to summarize, we've got a couple of build options we can build internally. The compliance will be taken care of, and then pre-implementation there will be an internal review, and post-implementation to cater for GDPR and compliance across the departments. They will the data will only be accessible by selected individuals. The requirements and gatherings will be provided, and project LMS requirements need to be defined a bit more in depth. The simple solution, the simple package would be ready within 2 to 3 months, whereas the complex version would take 6 months plus. So this was basically the summary of the conversation, and just to move forward and understand better, is the complex option required for any complex data requirements that we have, or is it simply to secure the data to not be shared by other clients from the provider? We would also need to base and basically focus on the LMS project's requirements and cater specifically to that. On top of that, the selected access would this only be for the team leaders, and of course, if we're building the system internally, what resources will be required in order to do that as effectively and efficiently as possible. Thank you. I'm not getting this job to watch the video or listen to me. I'm not getting the job probably anyways. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. Oh my gosh, shit. Thank you for sending me the estimates of how much time and cost are needed to correct the typical errors that the project ACME will address. I had a follow-up meeting with the regional leads and some senior leaders to share the information and indication of the benefits. The leaders were clear that the global launch of the ACME is priority, as the regional leads to send information about resourcing and Project 2 so that we can establish a way to focus the first implementation efforts. Outline the months until Project 2 is complete and the resource availability for the Project ACME in each region over the next 6 months, resources and the change management effort. As you can see, CSM is finished with their Project 2 work and we are unclear about the India details. Can you review this and provide your thoughts on the way to start? We'd like to show a big reduction in errors and costs sooner than later. Talk soon. Outline the months until Project 2 is complete. Next 6 months resources. Crap is project 2. Well, Gen is to understand the problems they've encountered with translations. Yeah, that's still. What a thingy is this? They create anything, follow up with and their details. Please just leave me. I'm getting 5 more emails left. Maybe after this. Eager to take on this project as possible. Who is this? Nearly. Possible to build humans, but I'm sure we could think of options to speed things up. It is important we focus on internal builds instead of using outside vendors. Leadership decides to build internally. We are ready. I know you'll be meeting with key stakeholders next. Feel free to summarize what we can offer internally, and I'll do a quick review for you. Feel free to summarize what we can offer internally, and I'll do a quick review for you. Okay. How would you like to summarize? How would you summarize what can be provided by the internal team? If it's decide to build the use of data privacy and control, content control function will be met. The system will be built on the specific needs, but the implementation will probably not be fast. The team has the resources needed and may be able to find ways to speed up the work. If we decide to build, we would have all the services that the external vendors provide, plus full control over these services. We would also have more flexibility with our timeline, since we would determine what our resources should focus on. Decide to build, we would have complete control over the system and would be able to determine the exact features to include. However, it would probably be 6 months or more before we could implement our own. If we decide to build data privacy and content control, we covered the system would be built following our data privacy guidelines. They would also put restrictions in place to limit who can access the data. Yeah, everything is good. No, my boss. Hopefully I can combine all these videos. If I cannot combine all these videos, I'll just make it a 3-part video. I'm so sorry. I wanted to do it in one go, especially if it was time focused. Like, imagine if there's steps after this. I'm tired. I need some water. Okay, we back. Let's go. Okay.
Thanks for sharing the information you've collected for Project LMS. It's clear our best option is We Do Learning's premium package. We can customize and start work immediately.
I agree with the outside vendor decision. My vote is for the standard package. This is ready to go and would be the fastest implementation option.
I don't think we can go with the vendor, especially the standard package. We Do Learning's system violates our data privacy and content control guidelines. We need to build internally, which would also provide us a system that best meets our needs.
The premium package would comply with our guidelines and would allow us to move quicker compared to building internally.
I think it's important to think long term. Yes, the vendor would allow us to move quickly, but we don't know how long the work would actually take, and could take longer than building our own system. Even if we customize their system, it's still their system. Long term, we will regret going with the vendor since their system likely won't meet our needs. Outside the quick implementation, I'm not seeing advantages of using the vendor.
I do see some advantages. They are an established vendor, so they do have resources devoted to their system. The packages come with everything, including training and technical support. If we build internally, will we get the level of training, documentation, and technical support the vendor is prepared to provide? There are clearly multiple perspectives on this topic. What do you think our best options are, and what should our next steps be?
I'm just gonna go in.
Thanks for sharing the
Ah, shit.
information you've collected for Project LMS.
I don't need this. Okay, provided. I believe, based on the risks associated with the standard package, that one is something that we just cannot go ahead with. So the fast implementation is out of question in this case. Any circumstance provided, internal or external, I believe an internal system gives us the freedom, as Amit mentioned previously. The internal system would give us the freedom to upgrade and add more features as needs arise anytime in the future. I would personally suggest to go ahead with the bespoke system made internally within the organization. On the other hand, we also need to, before we proceed with the final decision, I would also suggest we need to sit down with the vendor once again and discuss on the exact benefits and features that would be possible for us to add to the bespoke system. Once we have a complete detail of what features and benefits will be included in a bespoke system, how they would be catering to the needs for us, we can then go ahead with the better understanding and implementation processes. That's my take on this. Other than that, if you guys still think a bespoke system from the vendor after discussions would work for the organization, we can then look up, decide on the options after speaking with the vendor. Cheers. Thank you. Yeah, first find out. I think I might have said it in the wrong tone, I might have said it in wrong words or whatever. I'm just trying to imply that first speak with the vendor again, find out what are the bespoke features. Would we be needing all the bespoke features, some of the bespoke features, and how would they work for us? I'm meeting with senior leadership later this week. I need to provide an update on the plans for the project ACME. Senior approach regional implementation. We have no idea about India. C7 is free as anything. Then comes EMA. We still don't have any idea about India. So what is this? I'm thinking maybe India here. find out who had the issue, what project to. Yeah, you're back. Yeah. Can you send me your what are the various options project lead? You want to provide accurate information in your update when you consider if the following statements contain information that has been supported in the previous communication, read the statements from not supported to fully supported. Disadvantage of question premium parallel possible as level of customization might not meet our needs, and it might be difficult to make changes in the future. What does it not supported and fully supported mean? Okay. See, I'm gonna say fully supported over here, that we cannot make changes in the future, but whatever requirements are there in the future, how things really work with these bespoke system providers, they will also be upgrading stuff. So in all fairness, I would go ahead with the external provider. I like external providers. Bespoke systems that we would prepare, it's really hard to compete with a market leader that already has a system in place and has the data in terms of what is required, what features and benefits perhaps are required, and so on. So, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead. Difficult to make changes. First section completed. Goddamn. Can you guys tell me how long it's gonna take? Cause, damn. Okay. This will be a second video because this video is too long. If it can, I'll be joined in. I don't even know if it can be joined in, but I'm gonna try my best. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Love.